Hello, good morning. Great to have you join me right here on Voice of the People TV. It is a Friday, the 29th of September, 2023, and let's keep moving. Thank God for life. I must say, how are you doing this morning? Hope you're very well. Let's start the show on sports, right on the spotlight from the local news where Nigerian Falcons have qualified for the third round of the 2024 Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifying game according to the Nigerian Football Federation (NFF). On the X handle, the Falcons' second round opponent Mauritius have withdrawn. The first leg was originally scheduled to hold on next week in Mauritius. Now, Mauritius qualified for the second round of the qualifier after earning a walk away against Chad. Two teams represent Africa at the 2024 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Colombia. Coming up at the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Costa Rica, the Falcons got to the quarterfinal. However, a 2-0 defeat to the Netherlands saw them exit the tournament. The Falcons were under 20 World Cup finalists back in 2010 and 2014, respectively, losing to Germany on both occasions. And that's for the local news for the Super Falcons. Let's see the Falcons better word under 20. Now, quickly on that, let's dive into tennis and talk about one international guy who is just making waves for himself. Novak Djokovic has won 3 out of 4 Grand Slam in 2023 and has no plans of slowing down at 36. But the world #1 believes the future of tennis is in good hands with young gun Carlos Alcaraz leading the way. Djokovic hopes of winning all 4 Grand Slam titles in a calendar year with dash at Wimbledon, where he was beaten in the 5th set of the under-20 side, where 20-year-old Alcaraz, with the result being hailed as a changing of the guard in men's tennis. But the 7th international bounced back to beat Alcaraz in a thrilling final in Cincinnati before going on to claim a record equaling 24 major at the US Open earlier this month. Djokovic and Alcaraz have split their 4 majors on tour, and the veteran hoped they would continue having matches. Now, Carlos Alcaraz, let's talk about him a little bit. He's 20. You could call him a teenager if you want to do so. You would not be wrong to say that. But for Djokovic, who I would call a living legend, at 36, 24 Grand Slam title. And if you tell me that he's slowing down, I would say you're wrong, because the way he plays, top-notch tennis player, he knows the grass court well, he knows the slam game well, and his achievement over time is top-notch. Nobody want to take away from that man. Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, all of these guys, no disrespect to them, but you would agree with me that you talk about tennis now, you will give it to this man. But I love the fact that we have a young boy or a young man coming up, Carlos Alcaraz, who is up to the task. We know that with the game he won, Djokovic at Wimbledon, and this time around he's still involved in that other games to come to play. So Djokovic on his own believes that we are in good hands. If you're a tennis fan, don't worry much, because there is someone there who can keep the game cool for us. Now, away from that story, let's talk about football, where former Chelsea star and 1998 World Cup winner Frank Leboeuf has urged the Blues to take advantage of Victor Osimhen issues at Napoli and sign him in the January transfer window. Osimhen is considering suing Napoli after a video on club TikTok account mocked him. The video was posted after the Super Eagles striker missed a penalty in Napoli draw against Bologna on Sunday. A video had earlier been posted on the club account where Osimhen was referred to as Coco Nut. On Wednesday, Osimhen was back in action for the Serie A champion and scored in their 4-1 win against Udinese. It ended Osimhen's run of 4 straight games without scoring. Speaking to reporters, Leboeuf, the 1998 World Cup winner, said the best time for his former club to get Osimhen is in January. Leboeuf, right, went on to describe the current Chelsea team as a mid-table side. And that's for Mauricio Pochettino. But real quickly, before I move to the next phase and still on Chelsea story, Victor Osimhen, we've seen the post from Napoli, the Petanopai, and that statement, I'm not going to be sounding biased, but I would say I'm sorry would do. Maybe. If you go through the Calcio Napoli statement on Victor Osimhen, you would notice the intention of the club, according to what was posted, or the statement reads that they don't have any intention to hurt Victor Osimhen, that they treasure him so well in Italy and they respect him a lot. But what would have happened if it was like, I'm sorry, or possibly we don't know, we don't mean this like they said, but I'm sorry for me would be okay. But Victor Osimhen right now, the agent, talk about Roberto Calenda, has come to say he don't even mind suing the club for what they did to Victor Osimhen. Mentally wise, how does he feel? Is he really okay? We'll talk about that hopefully. But I feel the goal against Udinese and the assist would make way, better would make him get motivated and elevated to go play more games and get scoring back on ways. Now, Chelsea manager Mauricio Pochettino has confirmed that Ben Chilwell suffered a hamstring injury in their 1-0 victory over Brighton and over Albion in the 10th round of the Carabao Cup on Wednesday. And the left back could be sidelined, out of the game right now for, this guy who is £50 million signing for a while, Pochettino said that it appears as though Chilwell, who was substituted at the tail end of last night's game, has aggravated the 2 hamstring injury he has been nursing. The Blues used all their substitutes and finished the game with 10 men. The West London side club have already lost several first-team players to injuries, the likes of Romeo Lavia and Christopher Nkunku, who were both signed in the summer. Marcus Martinelli, Rhys James, Karen Chukwuemeka, Trevor Chalobah, Bernard Banashil, Wesley Fofana are all of the guys who are currently having medical attention at the moment. But Nkunku and Lavia hasn't featured for Chelsea yet this season. The former is anticipated to return the fullback in December, while the latter could be available for selection before the Premier League match against Arsenal in October upcoming. Now for Barcelona, let's talk about this. A game coming up. Barcelona are really going through a lot. We know the story right now. If they are found guilty on what is being said on them, it just means we just might be seeing Barcelona slip off, be ejected out of the Champions League. We just might be seeing that happen. But if they are found innocent, but the club have come to say, yes, did we really do this? Yes, we did make payments to referees. But that's for report on coaches. And the question is, do you really need to do this? So it's an investigation for 2 decades that has been out there. And, Josep Maria, all of these guys are in the news. We'll check on that to know. I'll keep you updated on that. Now, quickly moving on, FC Barcelona coach Xavi Hernandez believes that Catalan will find it difficult to defeat Sevilla in the La Liga clash on Friday, September 29 at the Estadio Olympic Luis Company. That's today. The Blaugrana Blue and Red are looking to bounce back and win ways after a disappointing draw against Rayo Mallorca on Tuesday, September 26 at the Ibistor Stadium. Vedat Murigi and Abgan got the goals from Rayo Mallorca, while Fermin Lopez and Rafinha scored for the Xavi Hernandez side. Barcelona are keen to make a solid statement to play against Sevilla amidst the Negreira's case. Now, Barcelona could have La Liga points deducted, or they could face expulsion from the UEFA Champions League if found culpable in the referee bribing scandal. Barcelona currently third in the 23-24 La Liga standing with 17 points after 7 games in the Spanish top flight. Now, they are 1 point behind Real Madrid, who are in second place and have played the same number of matches. They are 2 points behind surprise table toppers Girona, who have also played 7 games in the division. The Blaugrana have won La Liga 27 times, which is the latest title after coming, last season. Now, Sevilla are currently in the 12th position in the Spanish league, standing with 7 points from 6 games. And that's just what it is. Come with me, let's talk about the Italian side and Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma. Rumor says that the Serie A team have been impressive in the UEFA Champions League in recent times. The former AC Milan shortstopper is impressed by the recent surge in the European pedigree of the Italian clubs, with Inter Milan reaching the final of the 2023 Champions League. AC Milan reached the semi-final of the same competition and Napoli getting to the quarterfinal. The Serie A side are rejoining the cream of the UCL. Talk about the UEFA Champions League. However, AC Milan have won the Champions League 7 times, which is the second highest number of wins after Real Madrid, who have clinched the trophy 14 times. Is that a yes for me? Kizike, yes. It is absolutely a yes for me. Last season was wonders. It was miraculous for a side like the Italian side. We saw Fiorentina also dancing well in the UEFA Conference League. We saw Roma with all the points they got. We saw Napoli quarterfinal. Osimhen got injured, and Vinicius Skelia, Zelinski, and Gisa. All of these guys were trying to carry the team, but it never worked out. But looking at it on the party game, where you see AC Milan on the Stefano Pioli team, the signings are great. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Benassa is injured, Sandro Tonali has been sold out. Samuel Chukwueze, the Nigerian international player, still there. Rafael Leao, Olivier Giroud, all of these guys make up AC Milan team. Christian Pulisic, and this season, I would say they've been absolutely amazing, and it's a great team to watch. Now, quickly moving on, Spanish soccer club Barcelona are under formal investigation for suspected bribery in a probe spanning 2 decades of activities at the country's refereeing committee, according to a court document saying, according to report on Thursday, investigating judge Joaquim Agri Lopez said earlier in September that Barcelona may have benefited from possible systematic corruption. In a statement in February, Barcelona denied any wrongdoings. In March, prosecutors filed a complaint over alleged payment of more than 7.3 million euro, that's approximately $7.8 million, over 17 years to firm owned by Jose Maria Enriquez Nigera, who was vice president of the Football Federation Refereeing Committee, CTA, from 1993 to 2018. So I'll keep you updated on this one. I'll keep you updated on this one, don't worry, about Barcelona. Like I said before, if they're found guilty on this case, you would know it just means point deduction is inevitable, and one thing is certain, we just might see them slip off or taken off from the UEFA Champions League, which they found themselves this time around. Now, moving on the show, now let's talk about that veteran, prolific international goal scorer. He is 24, a man who has been nominated for the Ballon d'Or, also the FIFA the best, a man who club side turned down a 200 million euro from Al Hilal. His name is Victor Osimhen. Now, Serie A champions Napoli have released an official statement on the controversial TikTok video involving Nigerian forward Victor Osimhen. Osimhen was infuriated after a video was posted on the club TikTok account this week. In the video, Osimhen was mocked for missing a penalty for the Partenope draw against Bologna. Now, Osimhen's agent Roberto Calenda threatened to take legal action against Napoli following the incident. The 24-year-old also took down all image of him in the Partenope jersey on a social media account. It means the Partenope stated they didn't mean any harm with the message. Now, the message reads, Calcio Napoli, wishing to avoid any exploitation of the issue, point out that we never wanted to offend or mock Victor Osimhen, who is a treasure of this club. Reads the statement as proof of that. During the summer training treat, the club family rebuffed every offer that was received for the striker, particular abroad. Now, social media, in particular TikTok, have also always used an expressive form of language with a light heart and creativity without wanting to. And the statement reads as we are saying, as in the case with Victor Osimhen as the protagonist, have any intentions. Okay, let me say it right. Wait, this I don't want to say it the other way. Now, it says, as Victor Osimhen as protagonist, having any intention of insult or direction, in any case, if Victor perceived any offense towards him, this was not the intention of the club. It says this was not what the club intended. Now, Osimhen scored a goal and provided an assist in Napoli 4-1 win against Udinese on Wednesday night. He has now scored 4 goals in 6 league games appearances for the Partenope this season. The striker was the top scorer in the Serie A last season with 26 goals and 32 appearances. I wish I could go over and over again to read the statement the Calcio Napoli have dropped. Now, if you read the statement, I sense the fact that they are saying they don't know this happened. It means they are sorry. But I would reiterate by saying it will be okay, it will be idle for me if I've seen a Napoli TikTok page or management rather coming to say that we are sorry, Victor, for what we did, other than saying this is no, we don't intend to do it this way. Now, it's something to look into. Victor Osimhen, how does it feel? We saw the game against, after the penalty miss away from home, Bologna. The game they played against Udinese, 4-1, he got the score. What happened before the game? When he was walking down the tunnel, when he came down the bus, we saw what happened. He shook hands with just Santaro, one of the coaching crew. Petro Zelinski and Demir were right there, and of course Victor Osimhen snubbed them. So they weren't the only players who he did this. It was about the mental health of Victor. But I'm so surprised to see him, bounce back to his feet, scoring goals for the club side. The question is, will Victor Osimhen leave in January? Did he do wrong for not leaving in the early hours of the transfer summer? Will Chelsea get a snapping? Which club want to take advantage? Just like France 98 World Cup winning side, Libouf have come to say Chelsea should take advantage of Victor Osimhen's saga. So it will be about Victor and his agent. I think one thing about Victor Osimhen is that he's got a good agent. I'll talk about Roberto Calenda, who happens to find this very, very furious and shambolic statement. He says, this is not enough. If I have my way, we will have to take legal action on Napoli, to see that Osimhen comes out strong in this. But someone could say, maybe racism, and we say every time say no to racism. How long would this continue in the game of football is the question. But this is all I can give to you on the show. It is time for me to leave, but don't forget, this is Voice of the People TV. More interesting programs coming your way. Don't touch the channel, just let it be. I'm the voice of the mic. Good morning, beautiful Lagos City. It's a Friday. Peace out. It's a cereal.